Hello everybody and welcome back to Out of Body. It's weird not saying 31 days of October because it's not October anymore. Welcome back. This is my first video back from 31 days of Halloween / October. I had so much fun doing that, but I felt like I needed to take a small break before I came back on here. So today I wanted to talk about a out of body experience that I recently had. It's been so long since I've talked about any out of body experiences on this channel. Last month I wanted to kind of focus on anything creepy and scary and haunted for kind of the Halloween theme. So I thought, what better to do when I come back but to have a video about astral projection, because I know a lot of you who watch my channel really like those videos. So today's story is pretty brief, but I still want to talk about it. I felt like a couple things happened that were significant and that you guys might find interesting. So if you want to hear more about that, then keep on watching. I also wanted to quickly talk about my new background, if you haven't noticed already. If you haven't noticed already on my channel, I like to change things up a lot. Like with the seasons, I like to change up my banner, I like to change up kind of the look of my thumbnails, my background, and all of that. I like change, so I've always been that way, so you'll probably continue to see that on my channel. I just want to say, for those of you who are looking to start a YouTube channel or who already started one but are kind of looking to change it up a little bit, pretty much everything you're looking at over here, I got at the Dollar Tree. With the exception of a few things, like the ghosty over there I've had for years. The angel was a gift, and the Eye of the Beholder sign with the crystals is what I bought. But the rest of this all came from the dollar store. The candles, the stand, the tea lights, even these little butterfly things, which I thought were cute. This kind of like mossy grass here. These cute little dish, I don't know, I guess it's like a dish thing with rocks, the flowers, the background, like this background here. I actually got, it was part of like the Halloween decor at the Dollar Tree, so I got that one. I have another one that looks kind of like a brick wall too, but I like this one better. So anyway, I'm on a budget, if any of you are looking to start a YouTube channel and you're just not sure what to do, all I did was find a corner of my room, hang up a background, some lights. The lights back there are from Big Lots. They were only like $4.99, I think. And the rest of this, I literally spent like $14 and got everything at the dollar store. So, alright, so moving on, getting into the topic of this story time. Couple of weeks ago, I had an astral projection experience. I had a few of them during the month of October, but I didn't really talk about them on here because I wanted to stick with kind of a Halloween theme. But I did have some experiences last month. I've noticed it recently. Every time I've attempted astral projection, I've only really been able to use one method as far as leaving my body. There's many methods you can do once you get to the vibrational stage. But this month I don't know if it's because I was so exhausted. You know, every time I would attempt it, my mind was so exhausted. It was actually hard for me to like stick with the experience because your mind kind of controls it. And if your mind is very fatigued, then it's hard to like keep control of it. So anyway, I found that this month it was a lot easier for me to do what I call the 180 roll, where I'm laying on my side or even on my back, and then I just try to roll myself out of my body, like roll to the right or to the left. Normally when I just simply think of floating up in the air, I end up in the air, but this past few times that I've tried, I have tried to just float up in the air and it doesn't happen. I end up staying in my body, so I have to try the roll method and then it works. So anyway, during this experience, once I finally got out of my body, this time I really wanted to focus on just enjoying it. Normally whenever I leave my body, I end up trying to like accomplish something or trying to find someone or do something in particular. And this time I was like, you know what? I just want to have fun. Like I just want to fly around. I want to just go on an adventure. Like I just want to see what happens this time. So it was actually a really good experience. Once I left my body, I found myself going through my bedroom window, which I've done before, to get outside. And then I was outside and I was just kind of standing there and I was like, you know what? I just want to fly. So I just boosted myself up. I just flew up into the sky and I was just flying around everywhere. I'm not sure where I ended up, but this is where it gets kind of interesting. Now, during this experience, it was the morning hours. I want to say around like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. So where I live, it was light outside. And so I was flying around. I just kept going in one direction. Like I just was flying in one direction. And so at some point I ended up somewhere where it was still nighttime. So I'm not sure where that was. I'm pretty sure I was still on Earth. I don't remember going up in space or anything. I tried to just fly. Like once I got to a certain height in the sky, I just kind of flew straight. I didn't go up or anything like that I know of. So what is interesting about this experience is I end up kind of, it looks like, I don't know, kind of an urban area of a city. I don't know if I was still in America or if I was in another country. I end up coming across this boy and his dog. And in my astral projection experiences so far, I've never come across an animal that I can recall anyway. So in this experience, I find this boy, and what I really noticed first is the dog, and I love dogs. And so even when I was out of body, I just made a beeline for this dog, and I went towards the dog, and I tried like petting him and playing with him, and the dog was actually responding to me. Now, I've always heard that animals can sense things and can see things as in spirits, that most people cannot see or sense. So I thought it was interesting that whenever I went towards the dog, and obviously I was in spirit form or astral form, the dog actually was responding to me, and it was like rolling over on its back and like panting and like wanting me to rub his belly, and like any dog would do if you were really playing with him. And I thought it was so cool. I was like, oh my gosh, because I don't have a dog right now. I want one, but I can't really have one in this apartment. So, but that was so fun. And then I felt bad after that though, because the little boy, I guess whose dog it was, he was just idly standing by, and by the time I noticed him, he was running away. He was running away from me. He looked like he's just standing there like scared. And then when I look over, like he's just running towards his house, I guess, or towards this business. I'm not really sure if it was a house. I think it was a bar actually, which is kind of weird. I don't know if his family owned it or what. I don't know. It looked like a bar to me. So anyway, I follow him in there because I feel bad. I'm like, oh, I didn't want to scare him. Like, obviously, he just saw, his dog, like, reacting to something that he couldn't see, and that's scary. So I follow him inside this bar, I guess, or this building, and he runs up to his mother. His mother's in there. He runs up to her, and he's scared, and I don't know if he's crying or anything, but he's just really scared. He's trying to tell her what's going on, and she's like, what are you talking about? Like, that's impossible, and she's not really believing him, but he's talking to her. I don't remember him saying anything about seeing me or anything. I don't think he could see me. His mom couldn't either, because I was like right there and she didn't even notice me. But when I looked around the room, I saw another boy in the room, kind of in the corner, and he was looking straight at me, like into my eyes. Like he was looking right at me, kind of glaring at me. And so I went over there. He was a little bit older than the other boy. I would say the boy who had the dog was probably around like 8 or 9. And the boy that was staring at me in the room, I want to say was about 13. So he was a little bit older. I don't know if that was the kid's brother or what, but he was looking right at me. So I was like, okay, that's weird. I've never really had that happen. So I go up to him and I say, can you see me? I literally go up to him and he's still staring at me. I say, can you see me? And then he just keeps staring at me, but I know he sees me. He's not like staring through me. Because there's a difference. I've experienced that before where someone's just looking straight through you. He was looking at me and he kind of narrowed his eyes a little bit and he just kind of glared at me like, why the heck are you talking to me? Kind of thing. And I asked him again, I was like, can you see me? Can you see me? He just keeps staring at me. And then I'm trying to remember exactly what he said, but he said something to the effect of go away. Like, I think he kind of shook his head or something and was like, go, or go away, or leave, or something. I can't remember exactly what he said, whatever he said gave me the message that I needed to leave. So at that point, I did just leave. I was just like, okay, fine. I left. You know, like the damage had already been done. I wanted to do something to try to help the boy not be scared, the younger kid. But I mean, I'd already done it. It already happened. That's something that I never really thought about in these experiences, that, you know, it's possible that you could scare someone without realizing it, because I mean, you're kind of technically a ghost at that point when you're out of your body and traveling around. If you come across someone and they can actually see you, or you do something that, you know, like with an animal that they can witness but they can't see you, then that's scary. And so anyway, that's pretty much where it ends. I remember leaving there really quickly, and then the next thing I know, I'm back in my body. So I mean, I don't even remember coming back really. So yeah, that was an interesting experience. It was very brief, but like I said, there's a few things that happened that were pretty significant. I mean, it was the first time I actually remembered to try to talk to someone and ask them if they could see me, you know, and I came across a dog, and he actually could see me just fine. It wasn't afraid of me at all. So yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, I know a lot of you will think these are just dreams. That's fine. I'd love to hear your opinion on that too. I'm not going to sit here and say that all of this was real for sure. I mean, personally, I believe it was because it's my experience, but I do not force that on anyone. You know, I mostly just talk about these things for the entertainment value and for the informational value if you're trying to study, you know, sleep and dreams and astral projection and things like that. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think about this story. And I'm probably going to do another astral projection story time either by the end of this week or early next week. And then I may do another Haunted Memphis episode. We'll see. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.